the numerous rollovers they've had this year. Changed the paint scheme on it. Hall Brothers out of Champaign, Illinois. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful truck. Looks great all the way around. Tim Hall doing the driving. The Maniac truck on this side of the racetrack, the truck we're looking at right now, we have not seen run. It's a 528, and it is a cast iron Ford motor. Built some good horsepower, sounds good, got all the good suspension on it. He's out of Foremost, Alberta, Canada, so he's been on the road a while to race trucks. This is a great race. They are side by side, good close turning. Maniac might have just a little bit. He's going to have to go for it. Hall's doing a great job. Now you got to go to the last turn. You see how even they are at this point. This is going to be. I believe the Maniac will advance to the next round. It looks like he may have beaten the Executioner. They were so close going to the last set of cars route, but then Maniac got a good run at it, a good launch off the ramp, and I believe he took the win.
Mike, I think you're right, and that was by far one of the best monster truck races we saw all season. Look at this.
They are almost perfectly even. At this point, the Executioner gets a little bit of lead. He's in the lead right there just by a little bit. But Maniac is quicker on the throttle, finishes up much quicker.
But now we're being told that the Maniac truck has been disqualified for taking down a stake. This is not the big post at the finish line. That's okay for one of the smaller orange stakes out on the course. Remember, you're looking at about 10,000 pounds per truck and 1,500 horsepower or more per truck. That's a lot of weight moving awful quick side by side.
Yeah, it is. Oh, we're ready.
So the first couple of pairs of monster trucks have competed here at Indianapolis. We are just getting underway as we crown the King of the Hill champs for the season.
Terry Labonte and Jeff.
Of course, the home to the Indianapolis 500. One of the biggest spectacles in all of motorsports. U.S. Nationals, biggest drag race on the planet. And Pro Arena trucks inside the RCA Dome. Savisco Ramsdale ready to go racing.
Lawrence has been with us just a lot this season. He's added a little tarp to the back of it. The truck looks great. This track is really going to be a tough track.
As we found out.
Yes, we did.
We'll get into that later.
This is kind of, and he got way wide on the turn. He's going to have to tighten that turn down to get anything done this afternoon, to get any kind of program, get the times down where they want to be. This is kind of a PF Flyer track. You run fast and jump high on this track. Ooh, made the double, but he's in trouble. Couldn't get to the finish line, and that's really going to cost him some time, Ralph.
Oh, boy, it killed him.
All the fuel ran out of the carburetor. The truck is fired up and crosses the finish line in a 38.23.
That's all right.
I thought that was a very respectable time. I thought it was
quick. You would.
Let's watch him take the big double. He's really going to have to get a lot of ground speed if you're going to make this double. He just about lands right on top, but the rear tires don't clear, and that's why he comes so high up in the air. Now, that's two-wheel drive. He couldn't give it the throttle and pull out of it.
Well, he has set the trend. Now, everybody else will have to try to double that, I think, from what we've seen here tonight. You would expect, and we knew that Joe Brozovic was going to go for it.
This guy will go for it.
He's got to. Rory Fisher can't leave anything on the table tonight.
Each truck will run twice tonight, and there will be 5 extra points for the quickest run of the night. He was easy on the throttle. I think he's got a big advantage making that turn. Later it gets in the evening, that's going to get looser, and it's going to be very hard to get around that corner.
Well, he kind of struggled there, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. The truck just doesn't perform like I thought it should.
Oh, he can't lose any. Let's see if he, I don't think he's got the speed to double this.
I don't think the truck's got the power to double.
Oh.
It took up half the arena floor, but it's...
Oh, 25.3, though. Pretty quick.
And the truck lived.
Barely. Boy,
that's pretty impressive, Ralph.
Yeah. I really didn't think he was going to have anything for that double, and he went for it anyway.
Makes the turn. He doesn't down on power because it's a little four-cylinder and basically stock. He just couldn't get enough power from the time. That's a tight turn, a short distance, and couldn't get enough power to get the clear of that jump. Watch him nose into That hurt.
Dave, how's he doing down there?
Well, he looks all right. We'll ask him about running that double there. Now, Lawrence Ransdell told me the double's not doable. We know you don't have the horsepower, but what do you think for the other guys?
It might be doable if you got the horsepower, but the little four-cylinder just hasn't got it.
You argued in pretty good there. Did you hurt it at all?
Oh, no. Heck, it's ready for another run.
All right, Rory will be back for round 2.
I wonder, Mike, if he comes out of this round with quick time, if he'll next time not try to do the double, but roll through it and see if he can't get through a little quicker that way.
Oh, well, that'd be a wise decision, Ralph.
Steve Sanquinetti up next in the big Jeep. This thing might be able to do the double. A lot of get up and go out of this thing.
425 cubic inches of Cadillac. It should have the power if he can put it to the ground. They're making the turn way too wide. The first turn, they're not getting around it tight enough. All right, into the whoops now.
Here comes the double.
No. He didn't. The truck just quit. It's nothing that money won't fix, but boy, that was a rough trip.
Huh. Yeah, it's down there somewhere, Steve.
Yeah, it's still up on 4 tires. You're okay.
Tough break for Steve Sanquinetti. Big Blue Ox done. We'll be back with more from Indianapolis right after this.
Want some waffles?
Waffles? Here's Showdown. Pro Arena trucks getting underway. And this is a truck with a tremendous amount of horsepower in it. Big truck. I wonder if he's going to have any better luck with that right-hand turn. Gary Packman at the wheel.
Ralph, I think you need to let off before you get to that jump, which would be the second jump. You go over a set of cars and then you hit a jump. I think you need to ease over that jump so you can cut tighter around that cone and you'll pick up quite a bit of time.
Well, he did that. Look how wide he went. Look at that.
Swings way out. Now, let's see if it will help him. It does. He cuts a lot off of it. That's going to help a lot. But the truck just didn't want to run coming out of that turn. He's still not as fast as I think he should be. This is a 400 cubic inch Ford. He ought to zing it. I don't believe he'll.
Well, listen to it. You can hear it.
Yeah, it just won't run tonight. Now, look at this. Ralph, just barely getting around the course.
Well, guess what? He's going to end up with a decent time anyway.
Very good time.
That was not spectacular, but it was fairly quick, just due to the fact that, well, yeah, and due to the fact that he did, like you said, Mike, he thought about it as opposed to just trying to impress.
Here's a man that could make some big moves tonight if the truck would have ran well.
He definitely had the right idea.
I think.
Well, the next truck up is one that I think might have the best of both worlds. It's a pretty good truck as far as its horsepower goes. The driver's pretty smart, too. The only problem for Mike Rosenthal as he rolls out in the cheaper-than-a-wife truck is that he tends to run horribly on television.
Runs good the day after.
Oh, tremendous.
That's the way he's setting 5th in points.
And Kelly, the dog, is, of course, the chief mechanic. You would just have to be at a USA Motorsports event to understand just how much they love Kelly the dog.
Rosenthal needs one of those really big runs for him tonight. This little Bronco is very agile. Let's see how he gets around this cone because it's so important. I think you're going to, oh, that's a good tight turn on that. That's beautiful. And he's back on the throttle with the Bronco. This guy could really scorch some time. We may see a new leader. He's going to try the double as he comes out of it. Needs to stand on it hard. Does it.
Mike, hang on! Keep it digging! Oh, man!
I know you thought it, I thought it, and I'm pretty sure he thought it.
That he was going over.
It was upside down.
Wow. What a great ride from Mike. I gotta tell you, he's smiling underneath there. Watch this.
All right, goes to the first jump, hard on the throttle, but see, comes off so out of control, then lands on the right rear. Tires are cut to the right. That was bad. Now he's just bicycling, holding on. It sets down. He has enough sense about him just to nail the throttle. I got to go to the finish line. I got to get a time. And he did get a time. Here's another shot. Woo. He took a beating.
Yes, sir, he did. Dave, is the world stop spinning for Mike?
Hey, well, I thought I'd ask him about figuring out that first corner, but it wasn't the first corner that gave you all the trouble. What happened on that last jump?
I come around that corner and stood in the throttle and it stumbled, and
Didn't quite get me where I wanted to be and threw me off to one side.
Now, what about that first corner? You took it pretty slow. You've been watching the other guys, obviously.
Yeah, I figured the slower you went around that first corner, you could make up a lot of time. And that's what I was trying to do. It wasn't the first corner that got me, though.
But, guys, if he can just keep it on all four wheels, he's going to be pretty tough through round two.
He sure is. Nimble? Yes. Powerful? Not a chance. A Suzuki Samurai going to be rough.
This is a great running Suzuki. I've seen this Suzuki run earlier this year up in Ohio, and for a Suzuki, he's pretty tough. I asked him about the breather sticking through the hood. I thought he had some kind of trick carburetor. No, he said, I just paid $22 for the breather. I wanted to make sure it would fit the truck. So he cut the $200 hood. It's a pretty rough ride for this little thing. He's short.
Yeah.
He will not attempt the double.
You don't think so?
The single was tough enough. But running well, running very well.
28.6. Tell you what, got to give him credit for trying. Well, you don't have to bring out the big muscle to play with the pro arena truck drivers. You can have fun as Suzuki Samurai as well. Stay with us.
What if
Indiana, the city of speed. Here, the city where the finals for pro arena truck are taking place. Here's a look at the standings right now as we've got partway through, and Rory Fisher made quite a run. The most spectacular one went to Mike Rosenthal. But we'll have to wait and see what the story is with him. We hear there might be some problems with his truck. Sonny Dorman is the next truck out onto the racetrack.
So we saw this truck run earlier in the year, Ralph, but it didn't look exactly like this. But it was a white Ranger. This is an 84 model. This truck is pro-built all the way around. And he's getting good air, but he's in trouble because of how far he has to circle to get that turn. And he's really going to have to slow down on the first jump just to make the curve. And of course, he looks awesome.
Great.
I believe he can do the double.
He's going to try, I guarantee you.
The other four-cylinder is running extremely well.
Oh, that's the best we've seen yet over the double.
Well, that truck really runs well.
Look at that. 25.4. Wow.
And Ralph, you got to think he can shave off half a second at least because he had to get so wide on the first turn.
I think you're looking at actually more than half a second, don't you? I mean that you might actually get a whole second or more out of that. Here's a look at that right-hand turn here.
This is the point, and he's real hard on the throttle, a lot of air underneath the truck. But when he lands, he's still got a lot of speed on the truck, and he drifts the truck out. Now the truck is slowed down, and all he can do is bring it around. There's not enough dirt to rupture too deep to try to spin that truck around much like any other kind of race car.
All right, next up, Troy Tate, Linwood, Illinois. This is a big Ford.
The old Iron Horse.
Ford Bronco, 79.
Troy's traveled the miles this year. He gets around that turn a little bit better. I think now you got to bring it back and get it in line for the whoops and the big jumps there. Great time on this truck. The truck's working well for him. I don't know what that's hanging underneath. Maybe it's just a speedometer cable. Hopefully nothing too important. Well, he's almost.
That's competitive. Let's check in with Dave Birch. He's got more on the Mike Rosenthal story.
Yeah, guys, no matter how good your shocks are, you always got to have them attached to the car. And you can see right here, I've got the bolt in there that sheared on Mike Rosenthal's Bronco. Sheared it right off on that last bounce, and the shock was just hanging there when he pulled in. He's put a new one on. He is ready to go for round two.
I don't think that's really surprising after what we saw that truck go through, that it would lose a shock like that.
I'd feel lucky if that's all it lost.
Exactly. Well, Chris McCoy is tied for 10th position in the point standings right now with the concoction truck, and I think that's pretty impressive because this guy started off horribly at the beginning of the season at Des Moines, where he just debuted the truck, and he's really worked hard on it. They can turn this into a good little racer.
I think this truck has all the potential in the world now. The V6 combination, the lightweight truck, the four-wheel drive. Sooner or later, this truck's going to come together, and it will be a winner. When it sounds stout. First year in racing, Ralph. He's still in the learning stage.
He made the double.
Good job. Look at this, Ralph. Look.
24.5. Way to go, Chris. Now that's how you move up in the point standings.
Dramatically.
That's exactly what you need to do. take a look at that run again. The concoction truck out of Illinois, the doubles.
He makes this look easy. Truck kind of kicks up in the back just a little bit.
And another look as he sets up. Look at him looking out of the side of the truck, lining himself up for it.
That's a good pass, Ralph. I'm very impressed with that truck.
So the little concoction truck ready to challenge. Mike Nelson. This is a 96 S10 Blazer. And this is another truck we keep thinking one of these days is really going to get itself running stout.
I keep thinking every week that it's going to be Mike's turn. This may be the week.
Well, he flew pretty far off that jump. He gets around the turn so-so.
Well, he's a little wide on it, and I think he knows that. He's got horsepower, though. That motor sounds probably better than we've heard it sound all year. The truck is just getting, not handling. It's just all over the place as far as...
He's going to make the doubles interesting, isn't he?
He'll make that. Oh,
Stander up on the back end for the 28-0. Well, David, that little concoction truck really did a number on the rest of the field. He is the new time leader.
Well, Chris McCoy is indeed the new time leader, but he's got a problem in the back end. Now, Chris, you've just had a chance to take a look at it here. Assess it for us.
Well, it looks like I got a pretty good problem here with my shock mounts. We just got some new suspension products in this week, and we were just finishing up late last night. And looks like our fabrication didn't hold up. We'll go home and fix it up. Be all right.
You're not going to be able to run second round tonight?
I don't know, unless I can find a welder here pretty quick.
Oh, we got guys looking for fabricators, parts stores, everything, guys. Suspension seems to be the problem tonight.
Mike, ever done any welding?
yeah, I have.
Might have a career path for you. Stay with us. We're coming back to Indy right after this.
I didn't see it. I wouldn't believe it.
Truck Challenge. Now we're about to start the quarterfinals of the obstacle course for the monster trucks. Now remember, in round one, Snakebite got what we called a practice run. He has to go up against Samson now, who hasn't seen the course yet. The only trump card that Samson can play on Snakebite is the fact that Samson was a higher seed and he can choose the lane. He has put Snakebite over in the lane that he is not used to.
Well, and that can be a big difference too.
It can be, but I don't think it will be tonight. I think these lanes are close enough to being identical that it won't make a lot of difference. This could be as good a race as we see tonight. Both of these trucks are truly top-of-the-line trucks in every sense of the word, Ralph. They're both, on the cutting edge of monster truck racing technology.
And two good-looking trucks, too. There's a great look at the Snakebite truck. The big biceps of Samson on the other lane.
Dan's done a lot of research and development over the past few weeks, and he's got the truck building just an abundance of horsepower. Now, granted, all the time, horsepower is not a needed thing, but on this racetrack, you need horsepower. There is Kevin Pugh.
Well, that was a good lead by both of them.
It's close. Patrick stumbled a little bit. He stumbled pretty bad on the turn. Now, he's coming back though, Ralph. Got to give it to Sky Hartley, and Patrick has knocked off an oil filter. He had that happen last weekend, and there is an oil filter, and he needs to shut that truck off. But there's an oil filter, Orangeburg oil filter, mounted up right in that area right there, and he knocks the fitting off of it.
I'll tell you where Snakebite is making it, Mike, is in the turn. He gets a great lead, but watch how well he gets through this turn.
This is so close at this point, but you're right, Ralph. He gets around the curve. Look how tight that is. He's using both front and rear steering. Dan didn't use quite enough rear steering on the truck. He gets in the turns and out of the turns much better.
That Snakebite truck really pirouettes around the pole just beautifully. Oh, boy. That is not good.
This is the part that broke right there. There's a line. This line needs to go over here and is not doing it.
Let's check in with Dave.
Dan Patrick, and Dan, obviously, you knocked the oil filter out there. Did you have a chance to shut her down before you damaged the motor?
Well, I think all we did was just blew a oil pressure line off. They were brand new lines. It might not got put on right. We rushed around, so we've got more in the trailer. We'll put it on. We'll be back.
Dan said he put 122 man-hours just in checking things over this past week on this truck.
Well, here we go.
Oh, Ralph, come on. You know, this is cut and dried any way you look at it.
Executioner, the red and white truck against, yep, the Bull.
You love it. I know it.
And they told me they've been working on the R&D of this truck. They think they got the smoke out of the nostrils thing handled.
Oh, would that make my season?
Oh, it wouldn't mind, I'll tell you that much. 1,600 horsepower and smoke out of the nostrils. That's a cool truck.
You'd look good in that, Ralph. You really would be.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'd have fun sitting in front of my house, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, just blowing smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what you do anyway, sitting in front of the house? Blow smoke? Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you, Mike Galloway. Thank you. Well, there's the Executioner truck.
And
so that one ran pretty good already.
The Maniac beat Executioner. Oh, look, Ralph, look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got smoke coming out of the bulldozer.
I don't think they got it, but the smoke was there. I'm impressed.
I got a feeling we'll see it again before the night is over.
If he wins, maybe he'll be back on the smoke button.
Kevin Pugh putting him in a position.
Brother against brother, but they won't let up or give up. Bull out with the lead. Good tight turn for the Bull. Gets in a little trouble sideways over that.
Oh, that could get close right there.
Very close.
Oh! Almost stood the Bull up on its horns.
But I think that he's been to bull riding school and saved that.
He did a great job with it. See some more of that smoke. All right, well, let's watch this again now. There it is.
Oh.
Yes, sir. We got smoke out of the nostrils, folks. We told you you'd see it first here on TNN, and you did. And the finish of the race.
Yeah, that was tight. You're right, Ralph. There was a very close moment or two in there when they were almost touching on tires. Then the truck gets up on two wheels, takes out a pole, and sets it back down. Fortunately, the smoke came out and nothing, no problem.
Could be one of the highlights of the motorsports season for 1997 on TNN Motorsports.
I like it.
Malox tablets for fast relief.
Thanks, Malox. Just in time.
For heartburn or acid indigestion, count on the fast relief of Malox tablets.
To understand our dedication to keeping your car running its best, visit your team of pros at Big A Auto Parts. They'll have you back on the road in no time. Big A, America's parts pros.
Pleased at the stacks and stacks of mail that we're getting already this year. So what we're doing, since you're out there and you're checking us out and giving us your comments, we're going to try to make it a little bit more fun for you. Now, starting next week, Motor Madness is going to team up with the official NASCAR store, NASCAR Thunder. It's the place for all the latest in driver merchandise, souvenirs, and collectibles. Now, here is how it's going to work. You send in your mail. Whatever you got, we're going to choose the funniest story or question or comment or whatever we feel like sharing with everybody else. If we use it on the air, you are going to win all kinds of prizes like polo shirts and coolers, hats. We've even got leather jackets and trips to NASCAR races, even some pit passes included. We got everything covered. So let's just get that mail. Keep coming it in. Whatever you got, well, tell us what's on your mind. Here's the address. Write this down. And just send us what you think. Motor Madness, care of TNN Viewer Services, 2806 Opryland Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37214. And thank you. It's been very stimulating reading all that stuff. Speaking of viewer mail, we've got our own TV critic in Long Island. Hello, Diane Works. She's a wild and rowdy girl.
Downstairs, Dave Burns.
Well, guys, this could be the secret for Bigfoot tonight. They have a brand new set of tires back here. These were actually cut. You know, they cut their own tires. These were cut for asphalt. They're not perfected yet, but Dan Runty is very confident that this set of tires is going to be his future.
Well, that might be the trick here tonight. The RCA Dome. We're coming back with more. We'll bring them to you on television. Now, here's the way the standings are right now for the top five, and I do say right now, Chris McCoy, the concoction truck on top, but there's a reason why we put that big asterisk by right now, and that would have to do with the next truck. This man, Steve Hopkins.
This truck is right. Everything about this truck is right. It can do the double. It can make all the jump, got all the speed. The most important thing he's got to do is...
Oh, look!
That was sharp.
It stopped on a dime.
That was quick. I can't believe he shut that truck down that fast. That could be the answer. You know, that's so dangerous, ripping the front end out of it. That
Rip your guts out. The heck with the front end.
Uh-oh, he made it.
Oh, he dropped something, though, Mike. It did not. Look at that, 22.9.
Rear drive shaft, Ralph. I think he just spit the U-joints out of it, but they can repair that, hopefully.
Well, he might not need to. With a 22.9, that might be all it takes. Yeah, there's a problem at the back end of the truck. Look at it bouncing on the floor.
This is the double. This is where everyone is getting in some big problems. Now this is on the other side of the track. Now he goes through the whoops. You're gonna take so much speed. No one has actually cleared those. They've landed just this side of them. That's what kicks the back of the truck up.
Well, I thought the whole key to the run was stop. Coming to a stop going into that first bump.
That was Steve Hopkins, and we're going to see that done again. You can bet on it. Kick the U-joint out the back.
It shouldn't take him too long to get that fixed, I would think. Here's the stop. Watch this.
Watch the front tires when they land.
Look at them locked up right there.
They're locked, but look how the truck just stopped. That is stopping on a dime, giving change.
Wow, that was it. That was it. And now you think one Hopkins is tough. How about two in the field?
Well, and we've seen this young man win already this year. So you can bet that he saw what went on that time around, studied his lesson, went to school on it, and he'll be doing the same thing.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Joe Brozovic is pretty lucky that these guys didn't start racing this tour until midway into the season. Well, these guys could really challenge for this title.
They could. In Omaha, they both had problems. It was cold outside. It was hard on equipment, and both of the guys had dramatic problems in Omaha, and that kept them from really making any dramatic moves up the old point standing. Watch this guy run, Ralph. This could be the man to beat.
See if he stops as well.
Oh, look at that. I can't believe the front end stays together when they do that. Lance is with the tires cut. It wasn't quite as smooth as the other Hopkins, but this is quick.
This is definitely a contending run.
Got to be able to handle the double. Let's see what kind of horsepower he's got.
Easy.
Easy. Right.
Easy. The new quick time, 21.7. How low can they go?
You got to remember, Ralph, that these people have done this before.
Yeah, that is a huge key. We'll be talking about that later, too.
Watch this, Ralph. Lots of speed. Now, he clears it all. So that's the key to it, but not letting those rear tires touch the top of that second jump, which kicks you right straight back up in the air.
Well, Dave Burns is down there with the Hopkins family. What's going on down there, Dave? Got one broken and one quick time.
Well, you know, Ralph, you were talking about the fact that it kind of shakes your insides when these guys run out there because of the stiff suspension. In the drivers' meeting, everyone talked about not wanting to drive your trucks because they were so stiff. Did that really rattle you this time?
No, this thing's fairly smooth. Them guys, I've let one guy drive, and he really liked it. Just from watching, they think it's stiff, but it's not bad. It's a good ride.
Now, Jim, why do you think yours held together and Steve's didn't? Just luck of the draw?
Luck of the draw. Anything can happen. Just part of it. It's part of it.
Well, that's the great thing about pro arena trucks. It's just luck of the draw. It doesn't take big money or...
Just part of it.
That's it. It's just luck of racing. And I'm sure those brothers will go to work together on that other truck, see if they get it back out. Here's John Youngblood.
He's had a rough year.
Boy, yeah.
Had a great truck last year, built this new one to set the world on fire, and he hasn't even got a small flame going out of it yet. Good guy, turned that swings way wide, and he's going to have to come back around. That's not going to help him a lot. Truck stumbles again on that point.
Well, the Hopkins are a tough act to follow anyway. Anything after that's going to be anticlimactic anyway.
Oh, surely he's not going to. No, he plays it. Thought he played it smart. That's got to hurt.
Talking about a hard thing. 29.8.
Everyone comes back and runs tonight, Ralph. Everyone runs tonight. There's 5 extra bonus points for the fast run of the night also.
Well, here's how you use a Chevy as a shovel.
Oh, that was cute. That's rough.
We'll be back with more from the Indiana RCA down. Indianapolis area. No banana Slurpees.
No, huh?
That will ruin Mike's night. But a good crowd here having fun, enjoying the final round of competition on the USA Motorsports Indoor Tour. And here's the Pro Arena Truck standings. Hopkins brothers leading it up top. Do you think they could get down around a 19?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, they're going to get another shot at it. Here's Don Williams, the next shot up on the course as we get set to go out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
Ran well all year long. This truck hasn't been pretty consistent.
Just can't get her to turn there.
No one's going to get it to turn there. People that's in trouble on that turn is one that's got the real big tires. Truck performing pretty well.
Yeah. He's into the gas. Attaboy.
Yes. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, sir. Wouldn't mind that speed myself. Let's watch that turn again.
This is the one that is just knocking their socks off. Everyone thinks they've got an idea. And I think the later this thing goes, if you're going to run a quick time, you got to run it the first time you go out, because this is going to rut up and get real loose down there, and the traction is going to be zero. That's the way you should do it. Always wear ear protection inside of a big heavy dome like this.
That's right.
A lot of people enjoying the program tonight.
Rendell Harlan, Nashville, Tennessee.
Turned this truck over in Nashville. Truck looks great. Let's see how he handles this route. Not real hard on the throttle, and look at that. That's
there
good.
You go.
That's the way you want to do it. Just slow down and gas it.
Nicely done, Rendell.
It's showing up on the clock, too.
Yes, sir. Not spectacular.
Go, Randall, go. Didn't try the double. That may be all right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Is right, Ralph.
Look at that, Mike. He got a 24.6 broken.
24.6, and the truck didn't run the last, what, 50 feet of the racetrack?
Unbelievable.
Gotta be disheartening. That truck looks so strong.
Let's see this again. Here's the good part of the run.
Now look at this, look at this. Real close, then gas it, get it in the loose stuff, and spin the rear end of the truck around to get it started for that jump.
In the problem area. Watch the rear end.
This is right before the double. The nose is in, and when it landed the second time, just enough power to pull it over the finish line, and it is over with.
Well, he had the wheels spinning as he was going through the air. And as your wheels are spinning, when it comes back down to the ground, the parts don't have time to catch up. That's when you get brake.
U-joints, drive shafts, ring gears, pinions.
And national champions. Joe Brozovich, Brozo's Bronco, the 1997 Pro Arena Truck National Champion on the Indoor Tour.
Come on, Ralph. Tell me.
Here he goes. We go on board with it.
Riding with Joe. Now, I know Joe learned something.
Great here. Look at it. Well, he struggled there, Mike.
He did struggle. He was trying to set up for that one. Oh, man, that made your stomach jump up.
I guarantee you, he's going for the double.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he'll go for the double if it's running right. Sounds good to me. He's hard on the throttle.
No!
Oh, it didn't do it.
Unbelievable. I thought that was a for sure. Well, Joe Brozovich is the national champion, and don't think he's taking it easy, because we talked to him earlier, and he had every bit of a desire to take this thing home with him as well as King of the Hill tonight here at Indianapolis. And that truck is for sale, by the way, too. If you're looking to get into Pro Arena trucks with a good run.
Look at this. I thought he'd go for the double, and that truck just laid down for a moment when he came off that jump. Truck's really not running the way we've seen it run, or it's not performing that way either, Ralph. Yeah, just laying down in the area. That's
really
just
struggled there.
not working for him. But he's got another round to run. He could come back, and he could make up all that time.
Let's go down to Dave Burns with the champ.
Okay, Joe, we're all kind of scratching our heads here. We thought maybe you'd lay it out there and go for it on the double. Now, it seemed like kind of a calculated run the first time.
No, over that first jump, it sputtered a little, and I knew I lost some time there, and I know I'm getting a second chance at it, so I kind of worked the course, get the feel of it first, so I just didn't want to break nothing.
Second round, you think you can make up the time and get the combined?
I'm going to definitely try.
Okay, guys, he never stops trying.
No, and why not? He's got no reason not to.
Look at
Let
his
it
hole
all
card.
hang out.
Look at his hole card. He's not going to go fast this time. 454 cubic inches of streak.
Godzilla mounted onto the hood.
You know, we've seen this truck got as much horsepower as anybody out here. I don't think he's broken anything all year long. Boy, doesn't show any mercy on this thing.
No.
It's just go for it every time.
Think he'll go for the doubles?
Oh, yeah. Sure he's going to go for it. No, he's not going to go for it. I didn't think he would. Uh-oh, drive shaft just kicked out the back of it.
Yep, sure did. Oh, man. What a tricky course we've got here tonight. It is really playing havoc with these drivers because their timing is off, and because of that, they're doing things they don't normally do. They're trying to find the rhythm to set themselves up, and it's costing them parts of their trucks. Godzilla broken on the bottom side. Indianapolis does not mean that their racing season is over. They're going to start running outdoors now that the weather's starting to get nice. At least I hope it is where you are. Santa Rosa, California, the Sonoma County Fairgrounds up in Northern California, April 26th and 27th. They'll be competing there. And if you live near Rossburg, Oregon, Douglas County Fairgrounds, May 2nd and 3rd. Come on out and check it out there. Should be great. As USA Motorsports goes outdoors with guys like Jeff Wendt, who's set to go pro arena truck.
Jeff turned the truck over down in Texas. He just changed the suspension on it when he went down there, so he really didn't have a good chance of seeing what was happening. This is a short wheelbase Jeep. It's got a lot of power. Let's see how he gets around the course.
You really overshot that turn.
Way out of line. They're just like a can of worms.
Sounds great.
All over the track. Let's see what happens on this one. Oops.
25-5.
Rhythm is some. Oh, yeah.
Joe Brozovic, that would be Curly on your left.
It's the one below. The rhythm is, you're exactly right, Ralph. The rhythm has knocked everyone off. There's rhythm for this track, and no one has found it.
Watch this again.
In the air, he's going to the left, trying to get it around the corner. This is a short wheelbase truck, and he should be able to get it. Here again, truck lays down. But this truck won't, like the Ford truck did, you can't spin it around the corner as much as you need to.
He tried.
Hard charger right here. He certainly is great value.
Rick Armbruster. Big 1981 Ford Bronco, 302 Ford engine in there.
It's in fourth place. He needs one of those great runs this time around.
Brakes are hard. Can't get her to kick around. Even with all that horsepower, it's tough to slide through that turn.
He's looking good. Time's not bad at all.
Just through there, Greg.
He does need to go for the double, though. I mean, not just to say that. He really needs that double. That'll let him.
Oh! 24-8, but penalties coming your way.
Did he have a road map? Because if he did, it got knocked off the dash. The guy got in trouble.
Rick was using all of the road.
Comes over the whoops. Now he lines up for what should be, and he took off just one cone. Got over on the monster truck side, then comes back across, takes out the pole at the finish line. We will record this time with an hourglass.
And it's 5 seconds when you knock the poles out like that with the orange cone. So the finish line pole won't be an extra 5 seconds. They'll give him that one there, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Dave, it was a great run, but he's going to get penalized.
Yeah, you know, guys, and he is one of only 4 drivers who has made all 7 of the TNN Motor Madness shows this year. Rick, we're not going to say much about the times out there, but you gave quite a show.
Yeah, I was a little out of shape coming out of the corner, and from that point on, it was just self-preservation, trying to stay on the throttle, keep enough power to it to stay upright, and hopefully come back in round 2 and see if we can do a little better on our time.
Now, guys, we should mention that he has 3 wins outside of the TNN Motor Madness show. So off television, Rick does great. And by the way, he's got several thousand Caterpillar employee friends of his who are cheering him on all the way.
So Rick hoping to come back here and do a little bit better in round number 2 as all of our pro arena trucks will get a second shot at the course here tonight in Indianapolis. Stay with us. Having at it in the semifinals of the obstacle course. Smoking all out of that nose. And Mike, I want to see fire out of their necks. If
Ralph,
they can do smoke, they can do fire, Mike.
Ralph,
how great would that be?
Can't you be satisfied with anything? Cannot you just, you know, it's blowing smoke out of it. But next you're going to want venom to come out.
You know what? I would like to see the tongue come slithering out of the mouth of this. There you go.
You know what I'd like to see, Ralph?
Me shut up and go home?
Thank you. No, just kidding, Ralph.
Bulldozer
and snake bite. Ralph is in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
2 3-dimensional trucks, and Ralph is out of control.
Holy cow, this thing's like quick.
Look at the turn. That's where he is just striking back. Sky Hartley is the man on the mission.
I'll tell you what. Bigfoot's got his hands full tonight.
Sky Hartley looks great.
He came to play, didn't he? Sky Hartley came to play tonight, folks.
Coke Cobra sent him out to bring home the beautiful trophy.
Yes, sir. Snake bite. And you know what? He's getting through the turns great, but when it comes to the drag race, look how good he launches this truck.
The truck, there's a lot of bite out there in that starting line area, and he picks the front end of this truck up and then goes for it. And when he does, it just flies.
Boy, if I'm Dan Runte, I got to be a little concerned right about now.
Well, at first, he can be concerned, but he needs to get by this next truck, and then he can be concerned.
Yes, that's right. One more semifinal to go. Bigfoot and Equalizer.
Sky Hartley has done such a wonderful job. It's amazing to see his driving improve as much as it has. And there's Dan.
Now, the Equalizer wheelbase is a lot longer than it is on Bigfoot.
Could give you that impression.
Sure looks that way.
May not be exactly true, but it would give you that impression. This, you know, Bigfoot beat him. He came back as fast loser, so it's a rematch. Equalizer gets around the course extremely well. He had a couple of little rough points in that first round. Maybe he got it all corrected for this round, but you got to think that Bigfoot, Dan Runte, has, you know, maybe he's worrying about Sky. You need to worry about the Equalizer first.
That's a very good point. Andy on board with Dan. High up above the arena floor, inside Bigfoot.
Well, not too often you get to go to the office with someone, but he is sitting in the office. Bigfoot covers him about a half fingerly. Equalizer working on him. Equalizer knows what he has to do on this turn, though. Picks the left front up. This is going to be good.
How about that for an upset?
That young man went to school on his last race.
He sure did.
I like to see someone that figures out where they made their mistakes and corrects them. He did it.
And Bigfoot is not going to the finals of the obstacle course. And when it comes to the King of the Hill, that's going to hurt him.
Bigfoot leaves. He's off on about a fender. Now Equalizer comes and makes a great turn. Dave has done so well on these driving courses. Now he's going to stretch the lead out a little bit. Watch him pick this left front tire up off the ground on the left front tire and zings it to the finish line. What's that, a half a truck?
And here's the in-car with Bigfoot.
Oh, and that's not a pretty sight when you see him in front of you like that.
And Dave Burns, we got a big upset.
maybe, as David Morris is surprised for winning that, because he had what tonight they're calling the bad lane, and that is the lane closest to the cameras, closest to you guys. There's some equipment parked down on the far end, and they don't feel as free to swing the trucks around, so David Morris saw it as a real disadvantage to be in the lane he was in. Don't be surprised if Sky Hartley, who is a higher seed for the finals, chooses the lane that Dan Runty and Bigfoot just ran in.
As you take a look at the ladder,
Snake bite,
move their way through.
Snake bite and equalizer. I don't think there's any doubt about which truck you're going to like.
Well, yeah, you're right. Normally I would go with snake bite anyway, just because of the way it looks. But I'm telling you, he just looks spectacular. David Morris has done a great job of becoming an even better driver as the night has progressed. But I think that snake bite truck really has it working right now.
Equalizer sponsored by Lucas Oil out of California.
If you're watching your first monster truck race and you're wondering why they keep shutting them off when they roll out, there's a reason for that.
That is the RII, remote ignition interrupt, and that is to make sure that they have, these trucks are the only racing vehicles in the world that someone other than the driver can shut the engine down, and they're testing those radios to make sure the motor's shut off.
Here we go, finals of the obstacle course.
It'll be a good one. Oh, look at Sky go. Look at that. Oh, they got Executioner's out on front of him. Executioner, can he do this?
He's gonna get him. The equalizer is gonna put it to him. Unbelievable.
Ralph, is it possible he saved the best for last?
Mike, I never thought, no offense to Dave and the equalizer truck, but the way I saw this snake bite machine come off the line, I thought he didn't stand a chance.
Oh, yeah, he left on him, and the front end was up when he hit the car, so he had good momentum. David Morris just outdrove him in the turns, and I didn't think that was possible either.
Unbelievable. Watch the turn here, the final turn.
Sky gets it on its nose a little bit. That hurts him when the truck has to wait on the truck to set down. He doesn't get around the curve quite like he should, but look at this. 2 truck links out in front of him.
Equalizer did a tremendous job of getting around the corners. And
everything goes right. Everything goes right for that young man. And he deserves it. He's had a tough year.
It's a great win. It is an absolutely great win, and nobody is going to be upset to see. And look at that. Perfectly right in front of our camera so you can read the Lucas sign. That's the way to make your sponsors happy, Dave.
He is very happy right now. And Dave, I got to ask you, how surprised are you that you got what you called to me earlier the good lane?
Well, you know, I thought I was in a good lane that time and the times before in the back, because it's a little congested in the corner down there with the dozer and fences. But I'll tell you, I was having fun out there, you know, and I just got to thank everybody that helps me, Lucas Oil Products and Tommy back at the motor place and Tommy's Auto Machine. They keep me going.
Now, how can you do in the side-by-sides later on? You think you can be king of the hill tonight?
I'm not sure. We're a little down on horsepower right now. We got a smaller motor than some of the guys, but we're going to give it everything we got.
All right, David Morris, he's halfway there.
Well, the toughest thing he's got going for him next is a drag race, and I still think snake bites got the leading. We'll be back right after this. On any tour anywhere in the country, this gigantic car-eating, crushing, fire-breathing thing.
Yes, good job. Exactly.
I don't know how else to explain it. Let me tell you, folks, up off of the arena floor, it's got to stand 70 feet tall, 80 feet tall.
Very good. Very good.
Eddie Sharp, our cameraman down there. Get out of the way, Eddie. Well, now I got to tell you, Mike and I had a little fun earlier today. We had an absolute blast doing this, and just do me a favor, don't try to laugh too hard, okay?
Don't try this at home.
Well, Mike Galloway and I have felt that we've talked about these pro arena truck drivers all season long, and I don't know about Mike. He grew up in Oklahoma, so I got a feeling he's chased some cows around in a pasture in a pickup before, but this California kid never did anything in a 4x4 before. So we decided, courtesy of Joe Brozovich and Brozo's Bronco, that we're going to give this pro arena truck thing a try. What do you think, Mike? You ready?
Oh, I'm very excited about it, Ralph. Sorry, you're going first.
I don't think so. I got the lucky quarter right here. We're going to flip it. No, I know how you are, Mike. Ready? You call it, Mike. It's tails, big guy. Strap in. You're going first. Any parting words?
Could we do it 3 out of 5?
I don't think so. Strap in, Professor. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
And, Mike, one more thing. Joe does have a for sale sign on it, and you would like to get a little bit of money out of it, so try to keep the front end on it.
Ralph, you're next, in more ways than one.
That's what scares me.
Okay, is there a key in this?
Oh, switch?
Well, I can't reach that. I'm strapped in. How do you think I want to do that? What's that noise? This is gonna hurt.
Best of luck to you, buddy. Well, I don't know. He got over the first jump pretty good. What do you think?
So far, so good.
Oh, well, you going a little wide there, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. There he goes. He's bringing it back in.
Well, my buddy's not afraid to stand on the gas too much, is he?
Say my grandma can jump farther than that. There he goes. He's getting into it now.
Well, I got to admit, we haven't had any practice, but neither do you guys. But, of course, you live with this thing. I thought he was going to double this one.
Yeah, so did I. He scared again.
Oh. Attaboy, Mike. He's not done yet. Uh-oh, Joe. It's no victory lap, that's for sure. Is this a loser lap?
I think the brakes are out.
33.88. What do you think about that, Joe? Is that a competitive time tonight?
If you don't beat that, there's something wrong here.
Well, let's see what I can do.
Is he in trouble yet? Yeah, I think he did too. There's going to be a 5-second difference.
Now, see, I told him to go slower on that corner.
He didn't do it. No, he had to get into it.
He did the same thing you did.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, right. Oh, I should have an extra part for that.
You ought to be able to fix that before tonight, right? Oh. What about this?
But boy, look at him go. He's at 25 seconds.
No way. He's 38.
Oh, guess what? 30 seconds. Guess what, Pawpaw? He just got beat.
Well, there's been a malfunction on the clocks, I'm sure. Well, Ralph, a 40-second pass wasn't bad.
You know, Mike, the first thing you always learn as a racer that I've gotten from talking to such pros as Joe is to always check the time and never count your friends up on top of the box. You got to go with the official time. And that 30 seconds over there means I beat you by 3 big ones.
Like anybody really cares.
Hey, Joe, can we go again? That was...
No, you can't go again. Shut it off. Get out of the truck. Nobody cares, okay? I mean, it's just a game, right? I was letting the kid win.
And look at Mike just powering over those hills like they're not even there.
Well, we're running this in slow motion. We really are, because I was going much faster.
Oh, well, yeah. And you can see I was just so much more spectacular than you.
Like you got a boat anchor hanging out of that thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, the boat anchor was in the car.
You know, it's amazing you can drive when you have trouble walking and chewing gum.
Yes, this is what we should do to that videotape of you and I. Don't you agree?
I'm for it. Now, feed it to Robo.
Pro Arena Truck winner, Ralph Shaheen. Pro Arena Truck second place, of course, first loser, my buddy, Mike Galloway.
If you're driving...
See Robosaurus there. Here was the best run of the night.
Good truck, lots of power, lots of speed, and the driver is doing a tremendous job in this. I don't understand why people think this truck lands rough, because it looks like to me, Ralph, that would be a great ride in that truck.
Yeah,
stretched just a little bit.
And being the expert Pro Arena Truck driver that we have now seen, you would know, Mike.
Well, thank you, Ralph.
Here's the other Hopkins truck.
There is the trick of the night. When you land on the brakes and bring it around before it goes to the ground, got to be Pro Arena Truck of the Night. I talked about doing that earlier.
Al, well, we know this is what you really want to see. There's a quick look at the top 5 and going on behind that as we get set to remove the graphic here. We're going to show you the finale of old Robosaurus going on. Oh, look at this. See, now why can't Bulldozer do that?
Ralph, you got smoke out of the nose. Let's just leave it at that. I can't see Bulldozer putting horns inside of a car and picking it up.
This is a great show.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is a wonderful arena act. It's amazing how lifelike. Look at the eyes blink. It's amazing how lifelike this thing actually is.
parents and kids alike on the edges of their seats watching this one, having a lot of fun with Robosaurus. She's performed all over the place. First time I saw him was at Charlotte Motor Speedway, one of their usual spectacular pre-race shows. It's a great shot through the jaws.
Those are stainless steel jaws, Ralph. This thing has, if you combine all of the hydraulic working in it, it's got over 1 million pounds of hydraulic force that can be exerted in the jaws and the muscles of this vehicle.
Trying to catch this one on fire, this old Buick here.
There's 2 people inside of it. There, adios. There's 2 people actually inside a Robosaurus operating it at this time. You talk about indigestion. He's got to have some bad indigestion. They tell me that it usually eats about twice a day, unless one time it's a Toyota or a Japanese vehicle, and then it gets hungry about an hour later.
Oh, my. Only you, Galloway. Well, I hope nothing back in the studio can top this. I'd be kind of afraid if it could. Let's send it back to Charlotte.
No, I don't think so. That is just hilarious to look at.
When Robosaurus eats a Toyota, it's a possible Malox moment.
Fine. Let's get serious, shall we, Steve? Do a little Miller Lite news and notes, because last night our own Buddy Baker, he was inducted into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. Way to go.
The winner of our obstacle course, that was equalizer, but to win the King of the Hill, you got to score points in both. And I think this guy still stands a real great shot at King of the Hill, because I think Sky Hartley's going to win this track.
Boy, the truck is hooking off of the starting line tremendously. And I think, Ralph, what we're going to end up with tonight is when it's all over with, they're going to be going to the computers and the scorekeepers.
Mike, that thing wheelies like Evel Knievel.
It almost went over backwards. That is horsepower. Sky Hartley knew what it was doing, but it is amazing that he could lift the front of that 10,000-pound truck. What is it, Ralph? 6'7"?
Easily. And he never lifts.
Never lifts.
The jump is what brings him back down to earth.
That's awesome. Now that's power. Big time horsepower. Power.
Oh, I thought power. I thought you're like really getting into the power.
I remember when you and I were close friends. It seems like only a matter of moments ago.
Dave Burns still my friend, though, aren't you, Dave?
Absolutely, Ralph, every day. Hey, I just talked to Rick Armbruster, one of the pro arena truck drivers, and guys, he said, I'd like to know what that feels like just once.
I can imagine that. I agree. It's got to be an awesome, awesome sensation.
I think it might be bungee jumping without a cord.
I think I'd rather stand on the gas in the monster truck, to be honest with you.
Oh, then I guess this last part of it, never mind.
Maniac versus Executioner.
This Maniac truck's got a great design to it.
Maniac the winner. He could be a spoiler in this, Mike. He got sidelined out of the obstacle course due to penalty.
He could be a spoiler and did. That was a great run, but seeing a couple of these other trucks leave, I don't think so.
Watch him go again.
Bottom of the shocks out on the starting line is very quick. Patrick could be tough in this. He's really been doing a lot of work on it.
Sampson has always been a tough truck. We'll have to keep an eye out for that truck as well. But I think snake bite is the key here.
Boy, if he keeps running like he has been, there's not a doubt in anyone's mind who the man with the power is. Puts the Maniac truck. Oh, are we going to find out right now who's got power?
Yes, sir. This could be the telltale sign for snakebite right here.
Hartley is going to be tested at this moment.
Sampson truck, the big biceps. This is a truck with a lot of muscle.
You're right, Ralph. It's got a lot of muscle, and there's a snake that'll bite you in a moment.
I did continues to amaze at how that snake bite has been wheeling off the line.
And Sky has been able to drive it just so dramatically.
He's an inch away from a blowover, as they call it in drag racing.
That's very true.
I mean, your breath just leaves you. You think he's going right over, but he doesn't lift.
He's right on the jagged edge.
Watch this again.
This is a great race. They both leave well, but look at Hartley. Look how high that truck is. Look at that. And
he's staring straight up at the arena ceiling.
Strapped in, looking straight up. But the thing about this is he's got this down. Got it down so it goes across the finish line just at the right time.
He's going to feed the reptile and come back for the next round after this.
Hold it, Harry. You know you can't use Duraloop fuel treatment in your Indy car.
Where we are in the midst of monster truck drag racing.
I don't think this is just a drag race, Ralph. This is the ultimate in drag racing.
Well, yeah, this is big, too, because Sky Hartley stands a chance of really taking the whole thing out from underneath Bigfoot.
No doubt. I mean, this guy is just awesome tonight.
It's amazing what he has potential to do here tonight. Now, Maniac is going to go up against Bulldozer. Normally, I would say Bulldozer should walk away with this, but this truck seems to be just a tad off to me.
Yeah, it's just not, I don't know, maybe got a hold of some bad oats or some alfalfa that had been molded or something. Doesn't feel quite like it should.
No. Maybe that's why it's blowing the smoke out of the nostrils.
Well, we're not blowing smoke when we say the Maniac's running extremely well.
Maniac is running very good. As we said, it had some problems with penalties in the obstacle course portion, but it looked really good. Here we go. Well, maybe my bull ain't done yet.
That was over with at the starting line. Anytime you can cut the flag that close and leave about a truck length in front of your competition, this is over with. These races are too short to catch up.
Watch this. Here we go. Bulldozer in the far lane. Man, he read Jim perfectly, didn't he?
Just absolutely perfect. The bite on that track is awesome.
Let's watch the bull. Stand up.
Rears his head and run. That is a great, great race, Ralph.
Well, this is the one I think could set the stage. You know, right now, I got to tell you, Mike, just when I thought maybe we'd seen it all, I'm starting to think, you know what? We still got to get through Bigfoot and Equalizer here. There's still some stout competition left to go here.
David Morris, there's Dan Runte. And Runte's got horsepower. He's got experience. He's got the best truck that you can set in. Got to be the favorite. David Morris has nothing to lose.
And he's got momentum.
You bet he is high. I think you're going to watch this guy try to leave on Runte. And if he does, the Ford truck's fast. I don't know if this short of course he can catch him.
Well, that's the key. If he can leave on him, he's got it. Just like we saw with Dozer.
Both sides of the track are biting extremely well. I don't think there's any difference in the two starting lines at this moment.
No, I haven't seen a bad lane yet, really.
Reason
for the drag race.
Right, and we saw Bulldozer pull the front end up and run well in the far lane. We've seen Snakebite do it twice. Could you tell?
I think it was foot. Equalizer looked like he got off the line great, but I don't think he left him at the line like we thought he needed to.
Didn't leave him at the line.
Foot gets the win, we're told. So Bigfoot stays alive for now. And, you know, as you said earlier, Bob Chandler here tonight. A lot of pressure on this team to perform here on national television.
Look at the Equalizer truck come on at the finish line. He does. Beats him, not much, but he comes on real good. Let's watch this side by side. Look how the truck picks the front end up. Dan not fighting the steering wheel. It's really a cakewalk for that man.
Well, there's a look at the ladder. And you can see where we're headed. Snakebite and Dozer, Bigfoot and Equalizer. Coming up when we come back. He is going to be the first of our Pro Arena trucks to go. And Mike, there's been some changes in Pro Arena trucks as we take a look at the lineup right now as the point standings, or time standings, I should say.
There really has been. Rosenthal in his 26 truck, the Bronco, is in this thing. Harlan, remember, kicked the drive shaft out of it, the truck out of Memphis, Nashville, Tennessee. Rosenthal will run his truck. Or Harlan will run the Rosenthal truck. They're both going to run the truck. The points go to the driver. You know, what can you say about a guy that when you're in a battle for a championship and you turn your truck over to someone else?
Well, Dave Burns is down with the Hopkins guys. What's going on down there in that pit area?
Well, Ralph, this is the leading truck after round 1, but it is not supposed to slope down like this. Jim Hopkins bent a radius arm that holds the front end square halfway through the first round run. Now, Jim, can the 21-7 hold?
If my brother don't beat it, I think it will. It should. It should, but I'll tell you what, the track's faster than that, too. The track should be about a 19th second, I believe.
Okay, well, his brother Steve is about more than a second behind, guys, but he'll try to beat him anyway.
And you know, I got to admit, I think we weren't far off of that ourselves. I mean, I was only 9 seconds away from, I mean, what's 9 seconds?
Nothing, a heartbeat.
Nothing. At least I wasn't double digits like the guy to my right. Anyway, here goes Zabisco.
Well, you just couldn't let it kick it. Zabisco doing a great job, tight on the turn. Got a long ways to go to catch the leader, but that's what it's all about. I think we're really going to see people get close to that leader in this round. Everyone that can move, everyone that's hasn't got parts scattered on the floor will be back.
But you see the 21-7, the time to beat. 28-27.
Not today. That guy has traveled all year long. He was out to Denver. He's done a wonderful job. We're just glad that he finished up the season as he did.
But he did pick up 10 full seconds off of his last lap. And I got to believe, had we had a second lap, we could make that 10 seconds.
I'm sure that I would have probably shaved 20 off of mine.
You needed to.
You know, Ralph,
hey, like, you wouldn't take this opportunity had you not come in. All right, Roy Fisher underway.
Come on, Roy. Let's see. Come on, Toyota. I don't think this is a Toyota track. Roy's going to have to drive it to win it.
And this, it could be for second place in the championship.
And that is so important. He told me he's building a new truck after this race. This one goes away. We start on a new one.
Think he's going for the double? You betcha.
Bet he is. He's hard on it. Come on. Look at this. This guy's there. Oh. I thought he glued that pole, though. I thought the pole was history.
Mike, you know, Rory picked up a full second on his time, and he really tried, gave it his all. This just wasn't a track designed for that truck. If we were back inside of one of the tighter arenas, he might have been able to do it.
Here's the doubles. Doesn't pick up any time there to the finish line. That's got to say something for Toyota trucks. It has taken one of the most severe beating that you could ever have all year long, and it's still going.
Steve Sanquinetti
got it back together. Oh, man, Ralph, look at this pass. PF Flyer, lots of air and go fast.
Well, he floated over that one. Remember, he had problems with the motor on this big caddy, didn't he?
Yes, he did. They had to pull it out of the arena, but he's not showing it this time. Oh, and
yeah, he is.
It happened. Ooh.
Boy, that's frustrating. He's going to finish, so look at that.
Nothing to write home about, but it is a checkered flag.
And he's done. Well, so Babe the Blue Ox finishes under power
with the Cadillac.
With the Cadillac in the belly.
And air conditioning.
Were you surprised by the ride?
Yeah, I was. I thought it would be a lot rougher than that. I felt like that inside of it, it didn't feel bad at all. I bit my tongue a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Gary Backman gets underway.
He's swinging out. Look at this, trying to get it out there into the loose stuff.
Well, and the arena floor might be the loosest part, too.
Yeah, it's real slick. It's just like running on glass. You'll lose a lot of traction if you get out there. He looks real smooth at this point, but he's still a long ways from the finish line.
Ooh, boy, he's giving it his all.
That's a very respectable time route.
It's 4 seconds quicker than he was in the first lap. That's pretty good.
That is exciting.
Let's watch this jump here.
Watch the front tires when it lands. Brings it now immediately around, trying to cut that corner a little sharper. Just couldn't do it. The brake setup, and that may be what ripped out the tie rod on that truck.
Well, they're giving points for spectacular runs. Mike Rosenthal would be leading the class right now.
Big time.
Let's see what he can do.
Well, if he doesn't break, he turns it over to a good friend in the next for his friend to come back and run. You know he's got this thing figured out, surely.
Good turn.
Very good. And slow down. I think that's what you're going to have to do. You really need to accelerate hard off of it. He's not showing it.
No. But he got around the corner well.
There's no power with the truck.
There isn't. Well, here's where he got exciting the last time.
Oh, and he's going to do it again.
Well, he actually went slower, Mike.
Got to think that he just wanted to make it.
Yeah. Something wrong with Mike Rosenthal's truck. That guy having a big time at the RCA dome. As we're working our way through Pro Arena trucks, engines aren't running, but it's a little loud for him already anyway. And a leaderboard for the Pro Arena trucks. Now remember, Hopkins is not running in this round, so that 21 is going to have to stand.
And the cheaper than a wife truck out of the program, so the gentleman he was turning that over to, Harlan, will not be able to come back.
Bill Bowman is the driver of the Suzuki Samurai.
Screams that Samurai into that turn and lines it out for the big jump. He's got the power to the ground. It's wide open for this one. Doing a great job. Took the double. Well, it was a couple of works, but it looked like a double to the Samurai. Now the big one over the hill. Again, this looks like this is big.
Well, he was pretty consistent. He ran a 28.6. He comes back to a 28.9. And I thought he looked like he was putting together a better run.
Well, this truck made a good pass. Made a great pass.
Yeah, Sonny Dorman rolling out next. This is a truck that could be pretty stout as we watch the little Suzuki roll off. There's Sonny.
Good-looking white Ford 84 Ranger, kind of a Rocky Ranger type thing. Truck is made to do just what he's got it doing here tonight. Let's see how he handles this time. Boy, the suspension looks so soft and smooth. He's pretty tight on that turn.
Oh, he got over that just nice.
Look at the suspension work on this route. Independent Ford truck suspension, and it is really doing its job tonight. Oh, wow, it's going to be close. That'll take your breath away.
Well, remember that Hopkins does not get a second run because the truck isn't working.
I'm telling you,
Sonny Dorman almost stole the thunder.
Hart had to go in his throat.
Watch this. Where do you think he could have improved, Mike?
Well, this is good. If it had a little more power, but he got over that well and kicked the back end of it out, that could have shaved off that just literally hundredths of a second it took to put him in the lead. Look how soft the suspension lands on the front.
Well, he picked up 3 full seconds on his previous lap. What a great effort by Sonny Dorman.
Iron Horse. Oh, the horse is a horse.
Troy Tate, Linwood, Illinois.
Yeah, we got a lot of time to fix it. Let's go for the money.
They might have got to.
Yes.
Fix that, yeah.
Okay.
She's still running, though. She just doesn't want to go anywhere.
Just a...
Well...
This could...
It's got the KC lights, though.
Yeah. This will make you spill your popcorn. Take a look. right down the old marker line. Here we go.
Got through there pretty good. Just didn't want to run on the other side. So Jim tells him his day is done. We'll be back with more from the RCA Dome after this. Closed the 1997 indoor season for the USA Motorsports Series. Chris McCoy is trying to move up out of a tie for 10th in Pro Arena Truck standings. He's getting another shot at the track with concoction.
Remember, broke a shot earlier on it. I haven't heard where they got that shot fixed or not. It looks like it's, yeah, it looks like it's a horrible turn. Oh, it's out of shape big time. And the truck was banging real bad, Ralph. Not wanting to run at all.
Good double.
Great double.
23. He picked up a full second, but
that wasn't
not enough. Not enough. Well, Mike Nelson is going to be coming out. Let's watch this turn again. The one that's really making things a nightmare for everybody. It really chewed him up.
Kid comes off the jump with momentum, and you can't stop that momentum enough to swing the truck close enough to the cone. He's probably 50 feet away from the cone right now, trying to get the truck to make the 180.
This was the exciting part of the run, though.
Just makes it over. Big air at the finish.
And Mike Nelson goes now in his S10 Blazer, 96 body.
V8 Chevrolet. Someday, Mike Nelson will get this right. It may be tonight. Too far out. Too far out to come around. Get it to work for him.
He's lucky he got off of it. He'd have rolled it there. And at 25, he picks up 3 seconds, but not enough.
Broke the left front. When it landed, I believe I heard an axle.
Well, you can see how it's sitting. You're right. Look at him, sitting down on the ground there, David. Problems for him.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all. Now, Jim Hopkins is working on his truck, even though he is not going to be able to get back out there. He's going to take a look at his brother Steve trying to make the run out there. And I asked Steve if he could pick up more than a second on his brother and try to beat that 2170. Said he wasn't sure, but they're going to give it a try.
Steve's going to get a shot at it.
To break that 2170, you will know in a matter of about 4 seconds whether he'll break it.
Whether or not he gets around that first turn.
If people could get around it the way you did earlier, Ralph,
they would never have a chance.
Not just last. Here it is. There's the jump.
There's those great brakes. You think everybody's going to be looking at those later?
Yeah. Still pretty far out on the jagged edge on that. There went the drive shaft out of the back of it. Kicked the drive shaft, sheared it off. You saw the sparks fly. It came over that jump, and the sparks were flying at the back of it, and the drive shaft U-joint was gone.
Well, Jim Hopkins has weathered another one. He looks disgusted only because he feels sorry for his brother, but you know what? There's one more that really stands a good shot at him coming up in a little bit. That's going to be Brozovic himself. But let's see what happens here to Steve.
Well, the truck is running well here. It gets wide, as so many people has. Now watch the brakes, as Ralph mentioned. Look at them lock the rear tires up right at this point. Truck's still running well. Let's see what happens. Now watch it come right down. You're going to see sparks come out of the back of it.
Yep, saw him just before he got to the second jump.
And that's it. It's over with. A very essential piece.
Right there, yep.
The drive shaft. Missing a yoke end and 2 U-joints.
Well, John Youngblood was supposed to be up next. His truck did not make the call, so Don Williams is up next. He ran a 24.9 in his first outing.
Don's been with us a lot this year and really done a great job. Best finished as 6th at Des Moines. Attrition taking the toll tonight.
Well, they really let these guys have it with this last course. Kevin Pugh did not take any mercy on these guys, did he?
No, he did not. He and Rusty decided to wear them out.
you what, old Don Williams getting right here pretty good, Mike.
Excellent. Come on, Don. Oh.
24-1. He picked up 8/10, and he would have done a lot better, except that double jump killed him.
Well, and the drive shaft laying out the back of it also.
Well, that could be a problem, but I think he lost that over that double, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, let's go down to Dave Burns, who's standing by with the Hopkins kids.
You know, Ralph, Mike, some guys never have any luck, and Steve, it kind of happened on both ends of the trucks. Explain both problems tonight.
On the first pass, I broke the front of the rear drive shaft. This pass, I broke the back of the rear drive shaft.
Now, what about it? You think with a whole setup there, you could have beat your brother?
We're going to work on that one.
Sounds like next year, guys.
Well, there's some guys with some used auto parts businesses around the city of Indianapolis are going to have a really good day tomorrow. They'll be lined up bright and early looking for pieces that look like that one. For the Pro Arena trucks. Crowd here at the RCA Dome enjoying it. And we believe John Youngblood has now climbed inside of this car, the 15 truck, which Zabisco drove earlier.
Lawrence turning the wheel over to John. Boy, there's a great crowd here tonight, Ralph. Just a tremendous bunch of people.
On the track right now.
That'll be the first time he's ever been in this truck.
Know the feeling.
Sure. And he's doing the smart thing. He's just kind of taking it easy.
Well, he's looking for those points. Remember, the driver scores the points, not the truck. Of course, going over orange cones is not a good thing.
Well, if he took one out, he took out the flag, so.
Well, the surprising thing is that Morris came to the truck and he has seen John driving.
Step up a little bit. That's what he did.
In a 29.088. Well, the big bad one coming up next. Looks like Joe Brozovich rolling out onto the line here, getting ready to go as the machine of Randall Harlan rolls off. Let's go down to Dave Burns one more time, David.
Well, Ralph, both you and Mike have had a chance to drive Joe Brozovich's Ford Bronco, and ask Joe how much he wants for that. It has a for sale sign on it. And guys, he's asking $6,000. Now, I asked him if we could dicker down the price for him. He said no. So you got to cough up you got to cough up $6 grand if you're going to buy Brozo's truck.
Yeah, I've got about
34. He only paid $150 for the thing.
Well, yeah, Ralph, what, 10 years ago?
I know, but look at all those races he won on national TV, too. The price goes up.
Oh, boy.
We got to thank Joe, too, while he's underway for letting us go out there and embarrass ourselves behind the wheel of Brozo's Bronco. It was really nice of Joe to let Mike and I live out a little fantasy earlier today.
Absolutely a gentleman in every shape. He is just super. Just super.
Guess what? We might have a challenge here. Oh, just shy. Oh, that's it. Knock the gate down.
Kick the gate over and drive in.
Joe Brozovich, the 1997 USA Motorsports Indoor Pro Arena Truck National Champion.
Ralph, this is what it's all about. This is what makes this fun. Go for the big finish. Oh, beautiful landing. Mine wasn't quite that smooth.
Should have been. He didn't go nearly as high.
Thank you, Ralph.
Godzilla's back as Brozo fades in to the pit area.
Mr. Thunder.
Tough and ugly.
Oh, boy.
Name of the truck.
Oh, boy. This guy's... If there's a no mercy award, he gets it.
I wonder if he builds a new truck for next year if he gets a new Godzilla.
Not on the truck very hard, Ralph. Nurturing the truck around.
Nurturing.
Nurturing, yes. There went the nurture.
Yeah. Cost him, too. He hits a ton, too, when it comes down. A little bit slower by a 10th or 2, an old Tough and Ugly. Godzilla, done for the 97 season. And they should be. Their guys looking pretty strong. Let's take a look at the top 10 quickly here for Pro Arena trucks. Sonny Dorman made a big stout run at him, and so did Brozovich, but the Hopkins are going to bookend them. And just 2 trucks left to go, Mike. the season coming to a close for the indoor stuff. Remember, USA Motorsports is going to go outdoors, and Pro Arena Trucks will be with them. So if they come through your neighborhood this summer, make sure you stop by and check it out.
Now, Hopkins has not won this year. He ran a second in Beaumont. That's his best of the year. Little Jeep's getting around a corner well, drifted out just a little bit too much in the turn.
It just looks awkward the way it sits.
Well, he built that front end himself, but it works well. Smaller tires makes him get around the course better. Ralph, he's just really turning in a pretty good time.
Not bad at all. Quicker than he was in the first round by 5/10. Just one more to go. Big guy, hang in there. Rick Armbruster will be the final truck to take a shot at our course here in the RCA Dome. Used to be called the Hoosier Dome.
One more and scratch up a win. That young gentleman, of all the people left to go, this guy is. Rick runs well.
Straightaways are, what would you say, Mike, about 80 yards long if you place the football field out there?
Exactly. Rick really slows down on the turn. He drifts out. He's just way out of shape.
That killed him.
And it's over with.
Yes, sir. As you said, the first couple of seconds will tell the story, and they did.
He runs well on the rest of the course. Don't know who came up with the right-hand turn.
Look out, flag man.
And he went all over the inside of the truck.
25.06, slower by a second. Well, we said maybe he could be the spoiler, but one of the Hopkins could at least. Looks like they have been. Here was that final.
Catches, the rear tires catch the top of the double, and chaos breaks out.
Really official scrambling.
Well, we've had a great bunch of people to work with this year with USA Motorsports. Just couldn't ask for anybody.
Well, Dave, you got a winner down there with you.
Oh, we sure do. We've just been talking about the fact that Jim won both at Kansas City and Beaumont, and now at Indianapolis. Which was the toughest?
Kansas City, because it was so tight. It was a tight little course. But I don't know why, but this thing hooked up real good on it, just being a longer wheelbase than most Broncos are and everything. Yeah, I didn't think it would. It hooked up perfect, and we went home with a win.
Now, Jim, we see some guys selling their trucks after this event. What about you? Going to keep this or sell it?
I'm going to take it home and work on it some more and probably run it a couple more years. I might think about selling it. If I can run it next year, I might have some problems with the rule changes.
Okay, well, Mike and Ralph, you can't have this one for another couple years, all right?
All right. Well, shoot. Well, there goes my Pro Arena Truck career right out the drain.
Right.
Exactly. Hopkins wins another one. We're coming back to Indy. Plenty more to go. This Monster Truck Challenge, like these youngsters. Well, don't worry. Even though this is the season finale for the indoor season, the outdoor season just getting set to kick off. April 26th and 27th will be at the Santa Rosa, California area, Sonoma County Fairgrounds, and up in Roseburg. Outdoor shows coming your way this summer from USA Motorsports.
Work the Sonoma Fairgrounds, nice place. Oh, Ralph, got both of them.
I know, but I'm not going to be a bandwagon fan. I'm sticking with my bull.
I knew that. I'll take the snake.
Uh-oh. Mike, look out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to see a big red cape come out there.
Yeah. Well,
that's a bad bull, but that's a tougher snake.
I'm telling you what, this snake is serious tonight.
Sky Hartley is so pumped at this moment, Ralph. I think he could probably walk and pull it across the line.
Mike, there's a lot of steam coming out of the bottom of the bulldozer before it took off. Anything to worry about?
No, nothing. Not at all. Not at all. It's just coming out of the motor.
Let's ISO the bulldozer here and taking a look at her. Get an idea of what it did.
A little bit of trouble. Truck got out of shape a little bit. When it gets onto this concrete, though, it's just like on glass, and the truck just starts to slide. Hall doing a great job controlling the truck, spinning it around, bringing it to a stop. Excellent driving on his part.
Well, foot and equalizer. You know, the one thing I noticed was Bigfoot launches a lot higher with the nose than does equalizer.
And that's the shocks. The coilovers on equalizers won't let the front end come up as quick as the Bigfoot truck does.
Does it make a difference as they launch off the cars?
Yeah, it'll make a difference in the attitude of the truck when it goes across the finish line. Bigfoot beat Equalizer in the first round of the obstacle course. Equalizer came back fast loser and beat Bigfoot. Let's see if the same thing happens this time.
Equalizer read the flag beautifully, Mike, and Bigfoot goes down again.
This is very, very close. This start was so close.
Oh. Watch this. I think Equalizer won this, Mike.
He read the flag.
Sure he did.
Took him to school again, Ralph. We talked about this earlier.
Watch this out of Dan Runty's view.
Watch on the right-hand side of your screen and see if you see the Equalizer. You never see that truck. That's how close they were.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Drag racing finale and King of the Hill points on the line here.
They're going to be, now I'm just doing this out of the top of my head, but if the snake bite beats Equalizer, does that not tie them?
It's got to.
And then we'll have to go back to some times in the obstacle course.
Well, we said this was the granddaddy of the finales for the monster trucks.
Oh, boy.
Boy, have they lived up to the billing, huh?
I'm telling you, this is as good a racing as we have had all year long. It's so close. David Morris, Sky is...
They've both been doing everything right. It is really difficult to pick a winner. In fact, I don't think we should. I think we should just sit back and enjoy this one. What do you think?
Don't bother me, and I'm enjoying the race.
Here we go. We hope you're enjoying it with us. The finale for King of the Hill. The snake wins the drag racing portion.
Now.
Oh, boy. What a great way to close out this season.
We have officials that do this for us, Ralph. And
good thing, because our math ain't that good.
That is calculate the overall winner. This snake stands to strike. But just like the Cobra, look at that. It comes up ready to strike. Sky heavy on the throttle.
Mike, not only did he lift the front end, but the back end of the truck, by the time it got over the jump, was 10 feet in the air.
Look at this, Ralph. Look at that.
He was flying over the stadium.
Boy, that kid has done such a great job. And on top of that, he's a real nice young man. He's just a good person.
Well, King of the Hill. Who is it gonna be? Did the Fangs get to sink into the big trophy? We're gonna find out when we come back to Indianapolis. You don't want to miss this. King of the Hill about to be crowned at the RCA Dome. Tonight's show as we close out the indoor season. USA Motorsports, the Monster Truck Challenge. Had a great show here tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the final standings for Pro Arena Truck. You know, Brozo and the Bronco already won. Look at this. Craig Hossman didn't even get to tow here to compete tonight. He still holds off Rory Fisher by 1 point. I think he's a happy guy sitting back at home. You betcha. And there's a quick look at the rest of the field all the way down through the top 10. Well, and from the looks of things, it should be a great season of racing next year. But first, we need to hand out some trophies, Dave Burns.
Hey, I'm standing with a couple of real happy guys down here. Kevin Pugh is one of them. He is the director of the United Sports of America. He's going to present the trophy to the King of the Hill for the season for the Pro Arena Trucks, to Joe Brozovic. And the King of the Hill tonight in Indianapolis for the Monster Trucks, David Morris. Those are your big winners here, folks.
Oh, and what a great night of racing it was. Brozovic and Morris getting crowned King of the Hill. Well, you know, we've had a great season of racing here with USA Motorsports and their Monster Truck and Pro Arena Truck Challenge Series indoors, some of the better facilities in this country. As we close out tonight's show, we want to take you back for some of our highlights in the 90s.